son.
Raphael on the track.
Come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. What's up, everybody? It's Ed Lover with Come On, Son, the podcast. And y'all know Combat Jack is always the overseer of every podcast that I do, shining down on me from heaven, man. And today is a very special day for me because today is my son's 24th birthday. Hey. And also a very special day for me because my super producer, Krista, has decided to get on the podcast again. What's up, girl?
You know, I like being behind the scenes, but there's just too much to talk about, Ed, for me to not ask you.
What you want to talk about? What you want to talk about?
Well,
Let's talk.
I want to talk about what's going on in the White House. I want to get real with you. That
shit's a shit show, man.
It's a fucking shit show. And I forgot we're not on the radio so I can cuss.
Yes, don't that feel good? And for those of y'all that don't know, you can listen to the Ed Lover Morning Show on 104.3 Jam, Chicago's #1 for throwbacks. If you're not in Chicago, just get the radio.com app. And you can favorite 104.3 Jams and hear my show every day. And Krista has become not only my producer, but now she's an on-air personality. She's part of the team.
She
can talk. She's in the union. You are in the union, girl. You're not union.
Fish, AF.
She has SAG after a fish. Yeah, let me tell you something, Krista.
Yeah.
What the president is doing right now is bordering on criminal activity. I don't know what the laws are for Washington, D.C. about inciting a riot, but between him and Giuliani, they should be held accountable.
100%.
And the young lady that died because she tried to breach one of the floor of the Capitol, and she got shot by the police, they should be charged with that. See, what a lot of people don't know, Krista, is if you and I decide to do a crime together, right? And you get shot and killed by the person that we decide to perpetrate the crime against, I can be charged with your murder.
But you're not of high power. You can't get away with that. Apparently,
what is holding us back from arresting the president? They made a song a long time ago that became a very popular song that was sampled by a lot of people called Impeach the President.
Okay.
They tried to impeach Trump. It didn't work. It's time to arrest Trump. It's time to take power away from Trump because he keeps spreading all these non-truths and he's riling up his constituency to do dumb shit.
Are we surprised that this is the way he is going out? We know that this is my personal opinion, but President Trump is the backlash of electing the first black president. And
I applaud you
the
for saying
good old
that.
boys and those who are pro-Nazi, those people were. This was the first time, Ed, I clicked on CNN and saw Confederate flags and Nazi flags inside of the White House. So are we really surprised?
Inside the Capitol? I'm not surprised
at all. Inside the Capitol. I'm
not surprised at all. The man would not hang Obama's portrait in the White House. What does that say to your constituency? That says that he was really not the president. He doesn't count as the president. I don't think the Republican Party knew who they were nominating when they got behind Donald Trump.
Fuck no. And the scary part, Ed, is this is inciting militia organizations and domestic terrorists. And now they're coming out of the woodworks. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared. I'm scared to walk down the street. I'm scared to be myself, now that I'm a figure on the air. Like, are people going to be like, oh, that's that girl that was talking about Trump on the radio. Let's go push her down or some shit like that. Like, it's intimidating to be black right now, literally.
It is very intimidating. It's intimidating not only to be black, it's more intimidating to be a Biden and Kamala Harris supporter. It's making people not want to wear their I'm riding with Biden sweatshirts. You know what I mean? It's very, very intimidating, to say the least. I did not think, Krista, I'm one of the people that said we're going to have to drag Trump ass out that White House.
You did, Unc. You sure did.
I said it on many occasions because they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Like I said, I think they thought that Donald J. Trump, because he had no political experience whatsoever, would be a puppet and a pawn for the Republican Party.
Bet you by golly, wow, that didn't fucking happen.
Absolutely not. They bit off way more than they could chew.
Can we play?
He's the most divisive. He's the most disrespectful.
Amen.
He's the most self-centered president that I've ever seen in my life. Do you know that and for the people that's listening, over 60 courts in the United States of America has thrown out his claims of voter fraud. 60. The Supreme Court, people that he put into power, won't even deal with that shit because they know it's all bullshit.
Did you know that there's been over 30 separate lawsuits against Donald Trump since he's been in office, since he's been a president of the United States? That's I've never heard of. Can we play his audio clip from the morning show, the one that we played this morning, where he's like trying to tell people to calm down, just to kind of still talk about how divisive he is, even trying to kind of calm down riots? Can we play it real quick?
Yeah, listen to this bullshit, John.
This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. I know how you feel, but go home and go home in peace.
And you know, the crazy thing about that whole thing is he told them that we understand and we feel what you feel and we love you. You're good people. That is some crazy ass shit right there to say to people.
So
for real. And Giuliani definitely needs. What is his play, Krista? What do you think is his?
He's his lawyer. I think that this is he was in the spotlight for a really long time. He's not the mayor anymore, and now he's back in the spotlight. So he's doing whatever it takes for his limelight. I think that Rudy Giuliani has always wanted to be like a reality TV show star. And he will say whatever it takes. What was it that he said again? I got to read this to people because I can't believe. Okay, his attorney, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, told the crowd, quote, "Let's have trial by combat. Like this is Game of Thrones. Yeah. Like this is."
Yeah, but what did he mean, let's? He didn't go down there and do anything. That's that punk ass shit. That punk ass shit is like, yo, let's go fuck them up. And then you don't go. And everybody else go down there and get their ass kicked. But you're the one that said, let's do it, and you don't do it. But I think Rudy Giuliani's real play here, Krista, and tell me if you think I'm bugging on this shit.
Okay.
I think Rudy Giuliani's true play is to attach himself to Trump, knowing that Trump will not get reelected, but for Trump's constituency to now back him in his play as president, for president.
That could be the case, Ed.
I think that's what his play is,
I actually agree with that more than my own, bro. Like, hell yeah.
And I really think that Vice President Mike Pence, because I'm going to respect their office, and I'm going to call him Vice President Mike Pence and President Donald J. Trump. Mm-hmm. I think Vice President Mike Pence's play is now to separate himself.
Absolutely. Oh my God, he
from
called him
Donald
a
Trump
coward.
And to make a play in 2024 for the presidency.
Literally, Donald Trump called his own vice president a coward. You better damn sure believe that Pence is separating himself from our president,
so he can make a play in 2024. All these people that are around President Trump are around Trump to either become a part of what he's doing, to become beloved by his constituency, or to separate themselves now so in 2024 they can say, look what, I was the vice president, but I wasn't with the craziness. Right? So I'm the guy that should be the next Republican candidate for president of the United States. It's all politics. And it's all a play. But what saddens me the most is when I saw people posting those pictures of what the police presence looked like on the Capitol steps when the Black Lives Matter protest was going down, compared to how the police sat back and allowed thousands of Trump supporters who they knew were down the block and did not have the National Guard activated for that protest at all.
Similar to what State Attorney Kim Fox, as you know, we broadcast in Chicago, when she said when the Jacob Blake shooting and the officer was not going to get charged, the National Guard was called ahead of time before the charges were even released or anything. The National Guard was called in small ass Kenosha, Wisconsin. But you're not going to call the National Guard for Washington, D.C. on Capitol Hill for Trump support. It just, the math ain't math.
It took
it's
hours.
Not making any sense.
It took hours. The mayor of D.C. imposed a curfew at 6 o'clock.
Nope.
At 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I was still watching the news, and they were still out there in the streets waving their flags, yelling at the police. Only 52 people got arrested.
And let's go back to when they were rioting a couple months ago, last year, and there was a city curfew implemented. Them cops were making sure the streets were empty. Like, they were not fucking around. But it's like, what's the difference, Ed? What's the difference between the good old boys, the Trump supporters, and people who are out after curfew? Why would there not be more people arrested and in trouble? Fucking Jane Fonda got arrested for standing up for Black Lives Matter. Like, this is crazy. It's frazzling.
It's crazy. It is absolutely a stark difference between the way we are treated and the way Trump supporters are treated. Man. Black Lives Matter movement is looked upon as a terrorist organization, but we haven't done anything terroristic. And Trump supporters are looked upon as good, calm, white protesters, and they just did some of the most egregious shit
I've ever seen.
that I think that I've ever seen in my lifetime. They broke the windows and stormed the Capitol. One of them Duck Dynasty, exactly. One of them Duck Dynasty motherfuckers broke into Nancy Pelosi's office and put his foot up on her desk and took a picture, and they posted it for the world to see.
And
they posted it.
I'm watching the news right now, and they just keep replaying this one African American security guard trying to calm these people down, and they are bombarding him, walking all over him, and I'm speechless. It's just I can't believe I'm witnessing rioters in this Capitol building with Confederate flags, with Nazi symbols, running through the hallways, talking about Trump for president. This is your president.
They tried to overthrow Congress. That's what they tried to do.
They tried to pull a coup.
They tried to pull a coup. They tried to, not a military coup,
but a people's coup
by using force to disrupt the certification of President-elect Joseph Biden. Did they really think that shit was going to work?
Yeah.
Don't they know if they would have got in there and did something to those congressmen and senators that the FBI, the Secret Service, and the National Guard would have murdered every single one of them in there?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd have been a shit show.
It'd have been a bloodbath on Capitol Hill. That's what we've been talking about from now for the next 40 freaking years, the bloodbath on Capitol Hill. And it's bad enough that they did this dumb shit during the pandemic.
So what happens now?
What happens now is the FBI is going to use face recognition technology to recognize people's faces, and there's going to be a lot of people that's going to get arrested. And what needs to happen now is that 25th Amendment needs to be exercised, and Trump needs to be taken out of power.
I agree. And I'm just now learning about the 25th Amendment and really immersing myself into how successful it could be if these lawmakers and officials did enforce it. There's so much evidence dating back 4 years, his entire presidency, to get him out of office. You know what I mean? It's logical. It's facts. It's not like we're pulling this shit out of our ass and making this shit up, bro. Like, you can Google Donald Trump bullshit and a whole 6 pages will pull up. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know what saddens me, Krista, about this whole thing with Donald J. Trump, President Donald Trump, is honestly, economically, before the pandemic and before all his major screw-ups, he really could have been a great president. He really had all the tools as a businessman to be a great freaking president. He wasn't going to be bullied by other countries.
I remember this.
Right? He cut the taxes for businesses so that we can bring more business back into America.
Helped business owners increase revenue over the 4 years.
Yeah, he really could have been
there.
good.
There was potential there. I hate to admit it. I genuinely hate to admit that. But then the opposite side of the spectrum, this man's fucking crazy.
Exactly. You ever met a person that everybody knows from the hood that could be a good person if they just get the fuck out their own way?
Yeah, of course. Family. I've
and
family
that's President Trump.
Except for
you could be good
money.
if you wasn't such a narcissist. You know what I mean? You could be an all right person if you just shut up. He could have been all right. He might have been a great president. But he's now going to go down in history as the worst president that we've ever had.
time. I'm okay with it. I'm over it. I'm ready for him to go. I don't know what monumental things Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are preparing. However, anybody but Donald Trump. Anybody.
And
but Donald Trump.
here's my thing. And I don't know if our audience that listen to this podcast know. Did you know that all ex-presidents are afforded Secret Service protection for the rest of their lives?
Yeah, you told me, you put me onto that when we first started working together.
For the rest of their lives. So all our living presidents have it. Jimmy Carter still had Secret Service. Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, former President Jimmy Carter, former President Bush, and former President Obama.
Yeah.
Our last 4 living presidents all have Secret Service at their beck and call for the rest of their lives. Here's my question. With all the lawsuits, with New York ready to indict and lock Donald Trump up, if he goes to prison, is he still afforded Secret Service protection when he comes home?
I bet all that's waived. If you get locked up on some serious criminal fucking charges and
all that's out the window.
Gone, bro. We're gonna call a lawyer and we're gonna ask. I need like a political lawyer that can confirm this, because I bet that
I really want to know that.
Matter of fact, I bet that shit's not even like written on paper yet, because it's never happened before. Like, I bet this is like the trial period. Like, okay, so we have this fucked up president. He did all this illegal shit. Now what do we do? Do we take away his Secret Service? Don't they still get paid after this? Do we take away his yearly salary? Because our past presidents, don't they still get a yearly salary?
No, they don't get paid from the United States.
They're done.
No, they're done. They make all their money on speeches and books and stuff like that.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is my question. If one day Obama gets caught looking at somebody's ass, right? And Michelle gets up in his face and they get into it. Say Michelle slap him, he decks the shit out of her. And the police are called and he gets convicted for domestic battery. Does he still get afforded Secret Service protection? I just want to know.
You're stupid.
I just want to know if they do some fucked up shit and they get popped for it, do they still get afforded Secret Service protection? Like, if they get arrested, do the Secret Service go with them down to the precinct? I really want to know.
It's no for me, dog. I don't know, Ed. I don't know.
What could make a president
lose his
Secret Service protection for the rest of his life? An ex-president, a former president. That's a very, very interesting concept. I don't want to keep harping on this whole Capitol Hill shit, because we all know it's the worst thing that we've ever seen in our life. But something else, Krista, is coming to fruition that you're going to admit that I told you was going to happen a long time ago.
All right, Ed, tell me, what is it?
Okay. Well, actually, Krista, there's 2 things.
Okay,
thing number 1, let's cover this. I was sitting around a group of very intelligent, smart people the other day, men and women, and somebody was like, well, they're going to certify a President-elect Joe Biden as, the President of the United States, and black woman Kamala Harris. And one of the women said, she ain't black.
She's black.
And everybody turned around and looked and was like, what do you mean she's not black? And the debate started, and I told you that this was going to happen. So, Krista, what is Kamala Harris? For real, is she black or not?
She's black, bro. I believe her father's black and her mother's Asian, or of Asian descent. Hold on, let me find out.
Because we really need to put this to rest. Because I keep hearing people go, nah, she's not really black. She's not this, that, and the third. She's not black. She ain't Michelle Obama black. Like, she ain't black. She ain't Oprah black. Like, that's Viola Davis is black. She ain't black. Like, I keep hearing so many things, and I couldn't really tell you what her heritage is. And then, of course, they brought up the fact that she was married to the white boy.
Yeah, her father's from British Jamaica.
Okay, so her father's Jamaican. And British.
Yeah.
And what is her mama?
Her mother is arrived from India, so her mother's Indian.
Oh, she black then.
I think, hold on, her mother, a biologist who worked on progesterone receptor gene stimulated advances in breast cancer, has arrived in the United States from Tamil Nadu in India. Her mother is Indian.
And her father's Jamaican.
Correct.
Oh, that's black. Okay, there you go. That kills the argument right there of anybody, because if you can't consider Kamala Harris black, then you can't consider Barack Obama black, correct?
Correct.
Because
That's
Barack's
right.
mother was white and his father's Nigerian, I think.
Jamaican.
Well, he's African. He's from one of them
what you're talking
continents.
about Barack Obama. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you gotta, if you consider Barack black, then you gotta consider Kamala black.
That's right.
But the debate always rages is what is really black? What's really black to you? Because you super black. You Kentucky black.
Listen, I'm gonna say I'm gonna use the same.
You slave black.
I'm gonna use the same rule that white people was using against black people back in the 1800s. If you got a drop of black in you, you are black. Period.
Okay, that's the rule you're gonna use for everybody.
That's my rule. Yes, you are.
So
black.
if your mama's Indian and your daddy black, you black.
Facts.
Okay, if your mama black and your father's the whitest white man in the country.
Shut up, Ed.
All right, if your mother's black, if your mother's Oprah and your father's Donald Trump, what are you, President Trump?
I'm black, bro.
You super black.
You're super black. One drop, you black. Period.
Because remember that lady, what was the lady name? Oh, Krista, what was her name what was she fronting? What is the NAACP? Rachel Dolezal.
Why did I know you were going to say that? Rachel fucking Dolezal.
And she was telling everybody that she was black.
She identified as black.
Come on. If you don't go through the shit that we go through when we get pulled over, you don't identify as one of us. I don't fuck what you talking about.
She has no black in her. Rachel Dolezal has zero black in her whatsoever.
None at all. We haven't heard from her, right?
No, she's been low, bro. Ever since she got outed of the black community, she's been low. Stop laughing.
I'm sorry, that's funny. You get outed by the black community, you gotta get low. Like you gotta get super low, B. Okay, so thing number 2 that I told you was gonna happen and it's come to fruition, Kim and Kanye.
Oh,
Didn't I tell you?
My dog.
I told you.
You could call it you did tell me, but I agreed with you on that. I agreed that was, and I'm not.
From the day they got together, I told you that wasn't going to work.
I don't wish any ill will towards anybody having marital problems, because obviously I have a goal of being married one day. So that's not my intent of saying that. But I called that shit, bro. You called it. I called it. We knew.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. I knew it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
From day one. And you know what's funny about it? I really thought in the beginning that it would be Kim, but it's Kanye.
It's Kanye. That's what the rumors are saying. It's alleged that the most recent thing that I heard was that Kim's last straw was Kanye running for president. That he just looked crazy, and she didn't want that to taint her image, even though her image has kind of been tainted since the sex tape. But whatever.
Right. We're over that.
Let's talk about I read an article yesterday about the divorce proceedings, right? And how apparently there's a really weird prenup. So right now, Kim Kardashian is worth $800 million and Kanye is worth $1 billion. So if they divorce, it's going to be ugly.
Oh, yeah. I feel sorry for their kids.
Yeah, that's what Kim said too.
I feel sorry for the kids because the kids just know mommy and daddy, but they did not spend the holidays together at all.
Yeah, she had asked him to stay in Wyoming while the family went on that big ass family trip to the islands during coronavirus, and I was bothered by the pictures. Like, why are y'all posting this? And people are losing their jobs and standing in
that was during her birthday or something, right? Yeah, and she asked him to stay in Wyoming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you did your husband with you,
but with your kids, all the kids are there, but he's not there. The math ain't mathing.
Yeah, the math is definitely not mathing, man. Because if he spent the entire holidays at his ranch in Wyoming, and she was in L.A. the entire time, and really, when is the last time you've seen them photographed together?
I thought that I saw Kim post a picture of them together maybe about 2 weeks ago, but it could have been a dated picture, and maybe she was trying to put up an illusion like everything was all good, but I don't know. So
is she just like in L.A. and he's in Wyoming?
Yep, that's what the rumor report is, according to Page 6.
Is this another ploy for Kanye's new album?
Ed, I don't know, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I've been tired of Kim and Kanye and Khloe and Kourtney and Kendall and Kylie. There's real problems in the fucking world, bro.
Yeah.
So
we have a pandemic going on, and we have a group of President Trump supporters trying to overthrow the damn government.
Fuck.
People really ain't got time for what's going on with the West Kardashians, or anything else for that matter. It's just too much craziness going on. But you know what I really liked about the whole thing that was going on, to get back to Capitol Hill real quick?
Sure.
I like the way Joe Biden stepped up immediately and said something.
Quick. I mean, he
was very presidential. Can we play that? Can we play what Joe had to say?
We'll play right now.
What we're seeing are a small number of extremists dedicated to lawlessness. This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It borders on sedition. And it must end now.
Joe is showing his presidential medal, darling. Okay, I'm sorry.
He is ready to. Joe Biden is ready to lead this country. Him and Kamala have been ready to lead from the jump. So I am inspired by his swiftness to address this kind of controversy. And Trump's response was more of a reaction, and Biden's is more being proactive to me. So
absolutely, and he sounded presidential, and he looked upset. He read from a speech. He didn't do that off the cuff. Because if he did that off the cuff, we would have heard some different stuff. Like if Ed Lover was president and that shit happened on Capitol Hill and I had to make a speech, I would have been like, first of all, what the fuck do y'all think y'all doing, okay? This is the United States of America. You think we putting up with this shit? I am going to use every means and every power that I have as president to squash each and every one of you little motherfuckers back into the shithole that you came from. Wow. And if you think your Proud Boy motherfuckers is going to come in here and overthrow my motherfucking government, you got another thing coming, bitch.
Wow.
That's what I would have said.
Okay.
They'd be like, beep, 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 beep. The president speaks.
So as of 3 a.m. this morning, Donald Trump finally conceded. Did you see that?
No, did he?
Yeah, he finally conceded, and here's his statement. It's from, quote, "Even though I totally disagree with the outcome of the election and the facts bear me out, nevertheless, there will be an orderly transition on January 20th. I have always said we would continue our fight to ensure that only legal votes were counted. While this represents the end of the greatest first term in presidential history,
oh my God,
it's only the beginning of our fight to make America great again." Fuck me, bro. What the fuck?
Oh my God, bro. What the fuck is wrong with him?
In true Donald Trump fashion, Ed, I'm with it. In true Donald Trump fashion, are we fucking surprised? Are we surprised? No.
No, I'm not surprised at anything that President Donald J. Trump does. Nothing at all. Wow. He said even though the facts support him. Motherfucker, you'd have been at every court in the world. And nobody support. I heard Iraq put out an arrest warrant for him.
Oh my gosh, I believe Ed Trump has had so many warrants. Like, this is ghetto. I'm tired of living in the ghetto. I'm about to do my ancestry.com so I can claim where I'm really from and stop telling people I'm American. You laughing? I'm dead ass.
I'm with you.
I'm Ghanaian. I feel like I'm Ghanaian. I know I'm Ghanaian.
Look, Guardian living in Kentucky is hilarious. Facts, yo. That is crazy. So when we come back, man, it's time for me to just go the fuck off. There's so many things to go off on. My Come On Son is coming up right here on Come On Son, the podcast. Come on, son. Hey, man, it's that love. I'm back again. It's Come On Son, the podcast. And it is time for my weekly rant that you all know and love. And I call it Come On, Son. First of all, I would like to, come on, son, mad skills for that fucking underwhelming year-end wrap-up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm one of the people that wait for mad skills as year-end wrap-up. Uncle Murder bit his shit and it's nowhere near as good as what Mad Skills does. And I understand that you can't score 100 points every fucking game. But that beat selection on this year's Mad Skills year-end wrap-up was very underwhelming and a very poor choice of beats. And you didn't sound particularly great on that beat, Mad Skills. I don't know who the fuck told you that was a good idea to use that beat, but come on, son. Get back to the quality shit that we expect from you. 2020 was the year that you were supposed to blaze us with a dope-ass beat, and instead you chose that weak-ass fucking beat to do your year-end wrap-up on, dog. Come on, son. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And speaking of bullshit, come on, son goes out to the 4 fucking idiots that tried to break into Dr. Dre's house while he was in ICU. And you got caught. You don't think Dr. Dre has enough money to have security around his Pacific Palisades estate? Your motherfuckers got caught. You got held. The police came and got you, and you look dumb as fuck on TMZ when they was putting them handcuffs on you. First of all, Dr. Dre is a musical and cultural icon. Okay? That's number one. Number two is, how dare you kick a motherfucker when he's down? Come on, son. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. This man is laying up in ICU with blood in his brain, fighting for his life, and you take this as the chance to break into somebody's house and burglarize it? You motherfuckers need to be put underneath the jail. Come on, son. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And speaking of people that need to be put in jail, Young Thug, don't you ever in your fucking life try to shade Jay-Z. Talking about you got 30 hits. Jay-Z ain't got that many hits. You got 30 anthems that when you play stadiums. First of all, you don't play no fucking stadiums. Okay? Jay-Z and Beyonce do. You don't, motherfucker. You play venues. You don't even play coliseums, motherfucker, by yourself. So fuck out of here with that bullshit, Young Thug. Jay-Z ain't got as many anthems as you got. And Gilly the Kid, you get a, come on, son. You're an OG, my nigga. You supposed to set him straight as soon as that shit came out of his mouth. And then you're going to try to get back on Instagram and clarify what the fuck you was trying to say, what I was trying to say. No, you said what you said. Stay in your place, homie. You may become an icon like Jay-Z. Jay-Z shouldn't even be in your motherfucking mouth. First, you talk shit about Andre 3000 like he was never on your radar. You never even paid attention to him. Then you're going to try to shade Jay-Z, two hip-hop icons? Fuck out of here, son. Go put a dress on and stand in the corner until we tell you can come out. Come on, son. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And speaking of other bullshit, I want to come on, son, the whole fucking Republican Party for wasting all that money on Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue's campaigns in Georgia. Georgia showed up. Y'all should have known we was going to show up. You ran millions of dollars worth of commercials. Millions of dollars trying to down Jon Ossoff and trying to down Raphael Warnock, should I say, Senator Jon Ossoff and Senator Raphael Warnock, only to get your asses handed to you. Did you think them little fucking bullshit counties around Georgia was going to sustain you this election? Come on, son. You have another thing coming. 90% of black men in Georgia came out and voted, and who the fuck do you think we voted for? Certainly not you, ugly ass Kelly Loeffler and big head ass David fucking Perdue, who we both know you made money off the pandemic while downplaying the pandemic. I'll bet you even loyal Republicans didn't fucking vote for you. And I know a lot of them, and I spoke to a lot of them because I'm in Georgia, and they told me they wasn't voting for y'all monkey asses. So the Republican Party, come on, son. Why the fuck did you put that money behind them two no personality having ass losers? You should have known you ain't stand a fucking chance when David Perdue wouldn't even debate Jon Ossoff. Come on, son. You look like a bunch of stupid motherfuckers in fucking Georgia right now. And Stacey Abrams is guaranteed to be the next governor of this motherfucker because Brian Kemp, your ass is out of here too. Come on, son. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And while I'm talking about bullshit people, the idiot who broke into Nancy Pelosi's office and took pictures with your feet on her desk? Come on, son. You got to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world. You as dumb as the person that time that broke into the bakery and fell asleep because they was high. You know they gonna catch your ass. You going to jail. You a dumb Duck Dynasty looking motherfucker, and we gonna laugh our ass off while your ass sitting in jail. And one thing else I want to say to you, you stupid fucking piece of shit, I guarantee you that when you go to jail, Biden will be the president, and you will not get a fucking pardon, dickhead. People talking about, oh, we did this shit because no matter what we do, Trump is going to pardon us. Trump ain't going to do that shit. Stupid motherfuckers. Only Manafort and them gets fucking pardons. Come on, son. Y'all got to be some of the dumbest motherfuckers ever in the entire fucking world. And while I'm on dumb motherfuckers, Trump, President Donald Trump, and former Mayor Rudy Giuliani, period. I ain't got to say nothing else about you two stupid motherfuckers. Just period. Y'all incited a riot. You told people you going to march with them, and you didn't even go. You the motherfucker that goes, yo, let's go beat the motherfuckers' asses, and then everybody moves, and then you go home. Y'all some pieces of shit. Pure shit for that, man. And last but not least, come on, son, to all the tiny dick, dried up, pussy ass terrorists who tried to undermine our government. I'm sorry. Whatever you got, you had coming to you, okay? Come on, son. I'm Ed Lover, and I approve this message. Come on, son. This episode of Come On, Son, the podcast is being brought to you by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. No, I'm only playing. Nah. Y'all keep going first. Everything else will fall into place. We'll talk at y'all next week, man. Y'all know what it is. Come on, son.
This episode of Come On, Son, the podcast is produced and engineered by co-executive producers Krista Hayes and Kimana Paulus in downtown Chicago. This is an official Loudspeakers Network podcast.